Hello, everybody. How are you? We're here north of Charlotte and loving the weather, the natural beauty of the area. And so many people are responding to our first two Charlotte videos that I thought we would do another one on specific communities within the Charlotte area. Because I was at the laundromat and a lady next to me was looking at my videos while she was folding towels, and she said, "You got to do uh, videos on the specific communities within Charlotte and their history, or at least how they came about." So I thought I'd do that because she had a sort of a high pitched voice, and she said, "You got to talk about the other communities." And she said it with such an elegance and delicate manner that it reminded me of the South, and that I'm now in the South. And I wanted to honor that polite request. So, guys, here are three different communities in the Charlotte area and a little bit about how they came about. So, for example, you have China Grove. Now, China Grove was named after a Doobie Brothers song. And the people that live there are huge Doobie Brothers fans. And they wanted to change the name of the community they lived in. And that was the winning entry in the contest on how to do it. So this happened 5 years ago. So these are, you could say, there's a number of aging baby boomers in that community, is the way I take it from an outside perspective, and wanted to recapture part of their youth, which is fine. And if they want to change the name of the town, let them do it. I mean, call it dry cleaning sheets for all I know, right? So the name of the town before they changed it was called Mason Jar in the Sun, and people felt like it was a little too long, a little too cumbersome, didn't really describe the nature of the town, and was hard to get retail development out there because Mason Jar in the Sun just sounded too, well, frankly, it sounded a little too hick. It sounded like some hillbillies putting a mason jar on the porch and watching it change the sun reflection off of their dog. Watching the reflection off the dog as the sun moved across the sky, then a sunspot would move across the dog's body as he lay there, and they just didn't want it. They wanted to get more of a modern feel. So that is the community of China Grove. Now, Concord is an interesting area too because they also changed their name because they wanted a high-speed, modern tech type name. So they named their town, their community, after the former high-speed jet, the Concorde. And this was beneficial to them in a lot of ways because they were able to secure some businesses that might not otherwise want to locate in the area because of that association. And the companies feel that they'll be able to better recruit employees with the name Concorde, named after the jet, the first jet to break the speed of sound, a commercial jet, a passenger jet. And also, they felt like it had a better name than what it was before. And before, it was called Pine Twigs on Barren Hill. Now, Pine Twigs on Barren Hill has a natural feel. It feels like nature, and certainly the pine part is a natural for this part of North Carolina, and the twigs are everywhere. But again, it depends on what the community goals are. And if they were to have a goal of developing, let's say, mobile home parks that featured a natural environment, well, then pine twigs on a barren hill might be pretty good. But in this case, they wanted to develop a community that attracted high-tech companies. And subsequently, since they changed the name to Concorde, named after the high-speed jet, they attracted two major companies, mid-sized companies, but major hits, major achievements for the community of Concord. Now, the one is Jetalong, and Jetalong is a jet, of course, a jet company that does ride-alongs to normal jets. So you have, let's say you have a client taking a jet, they're taking their usual flight, and then Jetalong will ride alongside in another jet, accompanying them across the sky, providing security, providing snacks if they run out of snacks, if they run out of alcohol or Coca-Cola or Sprite or whatever, they can throw some over with a special slingshot that they've made, and they shoot it right into your client's jet or your jet. So that was a big achievement. And then the second company that they were able to get to move their headquarters to Concord was a company that specializes in sealing the top of boba teas at boba stores. So boba tea or boba milk is a very popular Korean-based drink that when you get it to go, they will seal the top of it with a plastic seal. So this prevents any of it from leaking out. And you can throw it around. You throw it around like a football; it'll never leak. Well, that company they were able to get the headquarters of that company to move here, and now that company is providing free boba drink seals throughout the community as a way to reach out, as a way to thank them. So a really good job by the community of Concord. That's number two. And then, of course, all the way down in Weddington, just past the 485 loop on the southern side of Charlotte, they have really done a good job because they also changed their name. I guess we have a theme here of communities in the area changing their name to better appeal to a defined market. And in this case, they wanted people to come down there to Weddington to not only have their wedding, but to purchase all of the supplies, all of the accoutrements, all of the things you need to have a successful wedding. And guys, if you don't know, and if you are an actual guy, I use guys collectively, of course, that's the American terminology of guys and girls. But guys and girls, if you don't know, and it's mostly guys that don't know this, the wedding industry is a multi-billion, maybe trillion-dollar industry. And the girls know because they're obsessed with weddings from the time they're 6 months old. So the town of Weddington they had some success in that area. They said, let's bank on our strengths. Let's change the name to Weddington and then start to market ourselves more into the wedding industry. And boy, have they really been successful with that effort. And it just shows you the entrepreneurial spirit here in the Charlotte area that has really made it such a vibrant place to live, while at the same time maintaining a level of small town feel and friendliness that you're not going to find in a bigger market. So Weddington, the former name of Weddington was Asphalt Top. Now, Asphalt Top is a fine name. I mean, it describes the roads. It describes the roads leading to the area. Asphalt Top was just a simple declaration, a simple definition of the community. And some people thought it might also have been an alluded somewhat to the mayor's receding hairline. Okay, and they called him Asphalt Top because he didn't have any hair, and it just looked like a road. Okay, because he didn't have any hair left. But although he had a sense of humor, he also had a keen sense of business, and he realized that Asphalt Top although humorous in nature to locals, was not going to bring in the money. Was not going to grow the community. Was not going to get in revenues that they needed to build the schools, to teach the children, to educate the future, to educate the people for the future, the kids for the future. So he looked around and he suggested at a city council meeting that they expand on the successful wedding businesses in the area. There was two major ones that were doing very well. There was Simple Sally's Bridal Gowns, and there was Devious Dave's Tuxedo Shop. Now, Devious Dave was the kind of guy that he was just out to make a quick buck, to be honest with you. But Simple Sally, she was the one that was involved in the community, hiring local, all kinds of local people, regular people, military veterans, handicapped people, a lot of people that can do a great job and maybe weren't getting a fair shake. So here you had a successful business that was also a leader in community involvement and community leadership and giving back and giving people a chance. And that's not always the case with in the world of business. It's sort of a dog-eat-dog world, and but Simple Sally keeps it simple. It's right in the name. And so they changed the name. They put it up for a vote. And as soon as they changed the name, they were able to get many bridal industry businesses to come and relocate to the area. And they changed all the names. They painted over the Asphalt Top names. Welcome to Asphalt Top. They put it Welcome to Weddington, and they put a frilly border on the signs, much like a wedding veil. They got into it, guys. They went deep into the theme, and then the mayor retired. He figured he was done. Guess who ran and won after that? You got it, Simple Sally. And honestly, it wasn't even close. Because guess who ran against her? You got it again, Devious Dave. Now, Devious Dave, he thought that business name would attract, would attract guys because it's, a little bit risque, and, guys think that they're sort of cool. They thought it might be kind of cool. But it turns out he was actually devious. And so when he ran against her, it was a no contest. People saw right through him. And they're like, Devious Dave, go back to your storeroom and stock some tuxedo boxes. And so that town has really taken off since then. That's Weddington, another great community. Three of which, one of three that have changed their name in the last 5 to 10 years and seen huge changes in the nature of their business base, their revenues, and but while maintaining what they always had, and that is a safe, fun, beautiful, relaxed community of homeowners, renters, and visitors that love their community. They love Charlotte. They love North Carolina. And they love a good peanut butter sandwich. All of those things, and not necessarily in that order, depending on the person. So guys, come back for more videos about Charlotte. It's such a great town. It's such a great community. We're not going to be here long, but we're going to cover as much as we can because there's such a demand out there. We're getting so many responses to the videos we posted this morning. Crazy messages and texts and emails. So everybody wants more. So here you go. Here's the latest, and come back and we'll do another one.